This is Solo P1. Solo P1. This is Solo P1. This is the Abu Dhabi qualifying review. Qualifying review. Let's turn this down a bit. But I'm going to be honest, because that's what we do here. Honesty is the best policy, as my mum always used to say. No, she still does actually. No, I didn't watch it. I watched practice 1. I watched practice 2, and that was on the Friday. But Saturday today, I did not watch. No practice. I didn't watch practice 3, and I missed most of the qualifying. I heard a bit of audio when I was lying on the sofa because I just fell asleep, because sometimes that's what you do. I fell asleep on the sofa and I was lying there. I heard a little bits of audio. People was telling me stuff. Oh yeah, this is happening, but I wasn't really interested. No. The outcome of the qualifying, it was Max Verstappen who got pole. Now, we all knew that Max Verstappen it won't help Perez. I don't care what people say. He's not going to help Perez. Take these glasses off. He's not going to help Perez. Max Verstappen is not going to do it. I'll tell you that now. Max Verstappen cares about himself, and that's what Formula 1 drivers do. Most of the time they care about themselves. Now, what's going to happen is, if if Perez finishes behind Charles Leclerc, that's it. No Red Bull 1 and 2. None at all. No Red Bull 1 and 2. And that will be down to Max Verstappen. Red Bull in Brazil. Perez gave his spot, moved over for Max Verstappen, and Max Verstappen was supposed to retort, and he didn't. Basically, do what he did, and he didn't. He didn't retort at all. Just cared about himself. Everybody knows what happened in Brazil 2 weeks ago. Well, last week. So I'm not going to get into that. But the way Charles was driving today, he's qualifying, because when obviously I watched the highlights after, I don't think Perez is going to finish. I know Perez finished second in qualifying, right? But I just don't. I think Charles is going to be more hungrier. I think that Ferrari's looking good again. Not as good as it was obviously at the beginning of the season, but he's looking good again. Enough for Charles to get second place. Now, the predicament that Ferrari are going to be in, and you can't really rely on Ferrari to police this well at all. The predicament that Ferrari is going to be in is that if there's 10 laps to go, and just say Sainz is in third place, going for a podium, and Charles is in fourth place, yeah, and say Perez is in between that, will Sainz help out Charles Leclerc for Charles Leclerc to finish in front of Perez, so Charles Leclerc can get second yeah, in the points behind Max Verstappen. Will Sainz do that? And will Ferrari orchestrate that correctly? Because we know that the Ferrari, how they are. You can't really rely on Ferrari when it becomes a strategy. I know the majority of the season, Mercedes' strategy has been in the toilet, but Ferrari's is deep down in the toilet, right in the sewers. And you cannot rely on Ferrari to orchestrate that, police that well. Now, I think if Carlos Sainz gets in that position where I think he will move over. He's not Max Verstappen. He's more of a team player. And I think that Sainz will move over for Charles Leclerc. That's if Ferrari police it well. Well, I don't think they're gonna, but that's if they do. No coffee. No. Everybody's saying now that Hamilton is not going to win this race. I beg to differ. I think that Mercedes can still get a win out of this. I think Lewis can still get a win out of this. I think that George Russell would do his duty. I think if George Russell is in front, just say George Russell's leading the race. I know George Russell is going to start off 6th tomorrow and Hamilton's going to be in 5th place. But just say that George somehow at the end is near is 2nd or 1st place. Hamilton's chasing him. I think George will move over for Lewis Hamilton, and he should do. George has got. I know people say, "Oh, look, he's a racing driver." Look, if it was for the championship, obviously George is not going to move over. He's not going to move over because it's a championship. No, but it's not for the championship. This is for Lewis Hamilton to finally get a win this year. Lewis Hamilton, since he began Formula One, he's had a win in every single season. Every single season he's had a win. Every single season since he started, he has got a pole. Now that record's gone. No more pole for Lewis Hamilton. His pole went out the window today. That was because that Max Verstappen took it. Now, his chance now to kind of redeem himself. He doesn't have to redeem himself, but to right the wrong of last year. But listen, you know what? Nothing's going to right the wrong for that. The only thing that's going to right the wrong for last year if they give the title to Lewis Hamilton, and at the moment that's never going to happen. Right? But we all know who won that race. Now, he needs to win this race. Now, Toto said on Twitter today, and in Mercedes' website, he said, look, we set that car up for race day. We never set the car up for qualifying. We've set the car up for race day. Now, I tend to believe Toto. I don't always believe Toto. In the past, I've believed Toto, but this season, I've been skeptic of Toto, of certain things he said. But I believe him. I think that car is set up for the race. Primarily for the race. That's what I think. Now, 5th place is still good to go. This track, now if it was 3 years ago, I would have said, you know what? There's no way this track is a track to overtake. No. But now they've adjusted a few little corners. They got rid of that stupid little chicane. It's still there, but it goes straight down and there's like that bend. And that little twisty chicane towards the end, where now there's one big sweeping bend. There is places where you can overtake. So, a couple of years ago, I would have said, no. He ain't going to overtake. But here, maybe, if Lewis Hamilton's got the drive, which I've got no doubt in my mind that Lewis Hamilton's got the drive. If Lewis Hamilton can get a decent start from 5th place, if he can slip into 3rd place, maybe in the first lap, it's on. And I think George Russell, if it comes down to if Russell somehow gets a better start than Lewis Hamilton, and George Russell's in a position to help Lewis Hamilton win this race, that's how it's going to go down. Because to me, it's not over. A lot of Mercedes fans are saying it's over. I've been in a lot of spaces, listening to a lot of spaces on Twitter, and people's opinion, experts' analysis. I get all that. I've listened to all them people, but I'm going by my opinion. And this is my channel. Now, if you follow me over the years, you know me, I am straight down the middle. right? If I've got something to say, I will say it. I'm not going to not say it because it's going to offend someone. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to give you my opinion. I think that Lewis Hamilton has still got a chance to win this race. If he can just somehow get into third place by the first couple of laps, it's on. His key is to stop the 2 Red Bulls pulling away. Now, personally, I forgot who's in 4th place. I think it might be Sainz. Might be Sainz. I think Sainz is in 4th place. Oh, no, Sainz is in 3rd place because first is Max Verstappen, second is Perez, and third is Sainz. Now, either the 2 Ferraris, Sainz or Charles Leclerc, is going to overtake Perez. Let's just face it. Let's just get it real, right? There's no way Perez is going to hold that 2nd place for the entire race. Not going to happen. Their aim, the 2 Ferraris' aim is to get Max Verstappen, and that should be Lewis's aim. That should be his mission, to get Max Verstappen, because Max Verstappen most likely is going to get a better start than Perez. Perez is going to get discombobulated. He'll be all over the place, and then you're going to get the 2 Ferraris passing him. That's how it's going to be. Guaranteed that's how it's going to be tomorrow. There's no way. If I see the 2 Red Bulls leading that race for the first 3 laps, I will be shocked. I won't be shocked if Max is leading the race, but Perez, I'll be shocked. Because you know Max Verstappen, he's going to do whatever it takes. There's no way that Max Verstappen is going to pull away at that race, and then say to Perez, right, let's swap sides. Let's swap so you can go in front. No way. Because people saying that Lewis Hamilton needs to win this race. Max Verstappen needs to win this race as well for bragging rights. Look, he's won the world title. He's got more wins than anybody in one season because he's got a rocket fuel in his car. We know this. Yeah? But remember Abu Dhabi last season? And I think this is Max Verstappen's mission, is to win this race. If he could win any race of the season, at the beginning of the season, and now, if you say to him at the beginning of the season, what race do you want to win in 2022 the most? I guarantee in his heart and heart, he would say Abu Dhabi, just because what happened last season. Trust me, Max Verstappen wants to win this race. Just because what happened last season. So if he does win it, he could turn around to the Red Bull, he could turn around to the Mercedes fans and Lewis in his head and say, I've done you this time. I've done you last year. If I never done you last year, I've done you this year. Trust me, that's his mission, to win this race. So he's going to be hungry. Lewis Hamilton's going to be hungry. And that is going to be an interesting race tomorrow. There's going to be safety cars. There's going to be safety cars. Imagine if there was a safety car at the end and Nicholas Latifi crashed and there was a safety car and they'd done all that overlap shit and Lewis ended up winning the race. Imagine that. That would be karma. That would be amazing. So I'm still got faith. I'm still being positive. I still think Lewis can do it. At the end of the day, we just got to stay positive. It's not over. I know there's one race to go. Abu Dhabi tomorrow. Race day. It's gonna be emotional. It's gonna be emotional for a lot of people. There's gonna be a lot of people watching that race. There's gonna be a lot of people who are not gonna watch that race. I'm gonna be one of them who's gonna be watching the race. But listen, at the end of the day, when the season finishes, I'm still gonna be doing this. I'm still gonna be doing my flaming tarmac. Still look at my podcast, iTunes, and all my other outlets. I'll be uploading videos every week, 2 a week if I can. I'm still going to be talking about F1, flaming tarmac, because even though when the season finishes, there's still going to be news. There's still going to be news. And yeah, that's it, man. That's all. There's rumours now that, I called this the other day. There's rumours that Mick Schumacher might be going to Mercedes. Told ya. I told you. I said on my channel, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, I said Daniel Ricciardo's going to go to Red Bull. That's the rumour now. That's basically going to happen. That's basically happening. I think they're going to confirm it either tomorrow or Monday. And Mick Schumacher is going to go to Mercedes as a reserve driver. I said this on my video. I think it was last week I said it. And if you don't believe me, you can go and check out the archives on my channel and you'll see. I don't claim to be. I'm not arrogant. It was the obvious choice. And he'd be the perfect choice. I would pick him, do what his dad did, and hopefully do a better job than what his dad did, because when his dad went to Mercedes, the team was horseshit, absolutely horseshit. Everybody knows that. But at the end of the 2012 season, he built that car up. So when Lewis Hamilton took his place in 2013, because Michael Schumacher decided to call it a day, that car was a lot better than it was in 2012, because Michael Schumacher done a lot of the setup. So when Lewis Hamilton went there, that car was prime ready to potentially win some races. And hopefully that's what Hamilton will do. He could get that car set up so when Schumacher finally goes there, whenever that is, I'm not sure how long Hamilton's going to be around. I'll say 3 to 4 years and he'll be gone. And then Schumacher can step in that place and he can take over and he'll be like Schumacher and George Russell. I could see that happen because, like I said, being German, Mercedes wants a German driver. They want a German driver. And it makes perfect sense for Mick Schumacher to go there. Look, people say, oh, Schumacher's not in F1 now. Oh, he's sitting on the sidelines. Yeah, but at the end of the day, if he waits and plays his cards close to his chest, learn off the best, Lewis Hamilton and the other people in Mercedes, the best team in Formula 1 history, 8-time Constructors champion, going to be 9 next year. Imagine that. He learns off all of that, waits a couple of years, because Mick Schumacher's only young, man. He's young. He could just wait, bide his time, and I wouldn't be surprised if Vettel gave him that. Vettel being like a kind of a father figure to him, because Michael Schumacher's not there. I wouldn't be surprised if Vettel suggested that to Mick Schumacher and say, why don't you join Mercedes? Get your agent, get it all sorted, get it down on paper, join Mercedes, wait a couple of years. The old saying, best things come to those who wait. Remember that. Solo P1 said it. So this is the end of the review. This is the Abu Dhabi 2022 review. And yeah, one more. This is qualifying. One more review this season for the races. Abu Dhabi is going to finish tomorrow. Hopefully it's an exciting race. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I am on iTunes. I am on Spotify. I am also on TuneIn. Catch me on Twitch. Catch me on Twitter. Hit me up on social media. Follow me. Subscribe on the channel. Hit the like. It's essential to hit the like button on these videos. Get the more likes I get, the more it gets out in the algorithm. The more people can see my videos, and the more the algorithm gets out in the algorithm, the more it grows. The more I grow, the more you grow, the more we can eventually, probably in the future, start doing giveaways. But I'm not at that stage yet. But you never know in the future. So this is Solo P1. This is the Abu Dhabi race day review qualifying. See you later, guys. Right there, before I go.